Welcome to the deep dive. You know that feeling. You've got a task, you know you need to do it, but, well, somehow you just don't. Today, we're really diving into procrastination. We've looked at some great material to get a handle on, not just what it is, but what we can actually do about it.
Yeah.
Our mission, really, is simple.
Right.
Give you the essential insights, the shortcuts to tackle this, without all the usual jargon and overwhelm.
Hi, everyone. And let's be real, right? Whether it's getting ready for that big presentation or finally sorting out that nagging thing on your personal to-do list.
Oh, yeah.
Procrastination is something, well, we all bump up against it sometimes. So in this deep dive, we're aiming straight for those aha moments.
Exactly. Practical takeaways. Things you can actually use.
Things that make a difference, yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this then.
Okay.
Because one thing that came through really clearly from the sources is, well, procrastination isn't just laziness. Not usually.
No, absolutely not. It often goes deep. Things like fear of failure.
Right. That worry that you won't quite measure up, it can totally stop you before you even start.
It really can. And then there's perfectionism, which sounds good, but
it trips you up.
Exactly. That need for everything to be absolutely flawless. It just leads to delays because starting feels messy, imperfect.
Impossible, almost. And what about just not wanting to do it, that lack of motivation?
Oh, that's huge. Especially for tasks that feel boring or just overwhelmingly big. It's so easy to get distracted then.
And sometimes, yeah, it is just poor time management. Things pile up and suddenly everything feels urgent.
It all snowballs, doesn't it?
What's fascinating here is, well, this whole cycle. You put something off to a feeling bad, right? Short-term relief.
That little bit of, phew, dodge that for now.
But it actually just creates more discomfort down the line. Isn't that interesting?
It really is. The stress just builds and builds as the deadline gets closer.
Totally. That short-term fix spirals.
Yeah.
You end up with more stress, more anxiety.
Missed deadlines, which can have real consequences.
Yeah, definitely. And your productivity tanks because you're rushing or panicking. And honestly, it chips away at your confidence too.
It does. It really undermines that feeling of being capable.
So, okay, the important bit. How do we break this cycle? What can people actually do?
Well, the sources we looked at had some really solid practical strategies. First up, break those big, scary tasks down.
The classic eat the elephant one bite at a time approach.
Pretty much, into much smaller, more manageable steps, makes it feel less daunting.
And I like the 5-minute rule that came up.
Yes. That's a great one. The idea is just commit to 5 minutes. Just start for 5 minutes.
Often that's all it takes, right? To kind of break the inertia, get some momentum going.
Exactly. You often find it's not as bad as you built it up to be. And then setting clear goals.
And realistic deadlines. Can't forget those. Otherwise, later just stretches on forever.
So true. Also, tackling distractions. Really consciously creating a space or a time where you can focus.
Minimizing interruptions. Turning off notifications, baby.
Whatever works for you, yeah. And this raises an important question, maybe for listeners to think about.
Go on.
Which of these underlying reasons really resonates? Is it fear, perfectionism, just lack of motivation maybe, or the planning side?
Knowing your specific trigger helps you pick the right tool, doesn't it?
Definitely. And don't underestimate rewarding yourself. Celebrate the small wins. It builds positive momentum.
Like, okay, I finished that small step. Now I get a coffee break. Something simple.
And accountability can be powerful too. Just telling someone, a friend, a colleague, what you plan to do.
Knowing someone might ask you about it later, that adds a bit of helpful pressure sometimes.
It can. Here's where it gets really interesting though.
Yeah.
These steps, they seem simple, right? Break it down, start small, reward progress.
Yeah, almost too simple sometimes.
But applied consistently, they can genuinely reshape how you approach tasks. They actually work.
So the main takeaway here seems to be, understanding why you procrastinate is key, but then you have to actively use these strategies.
Exactly. It's about taking back control, understanding the roots, yes, but then using the practical tools.
It moves you beyond just feeling overwhelmed by it all.
So, thinking about everything we've covered,
Yep.
What's the one message you really want people to hold on to?
For me, it's probably that just starting is often the hardest part. Forget perfection. Just make progress. Any progress.
Progress, not perfection. I like that. It's a powerful shift in mindset.
And maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Think about that one thing. You know, the one. The task you've been putting off. What's the absolute smallest first step you could take? Maybe even right after this. Just 5 minutes.
And consider, What could the ripple effect of just starting that one small thing be?
Food for thought. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Thanks, everyone.